Sean Puffy Combs gives up millions of dollars in artist publishing to reassign the artists back their publishing. Wow. I wonder what caused this move. Let's get into some of this straight game.
Life is like cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. Play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It's your boy DELRAY, Richardson, platinum artist, platinum songwriter, Straight Game TV. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button notification. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And like I always say, if you want to be one of the first people notified when I drop some of this straight game, please do me a favor and hit what appears to be that little bell notification right below this video. I'm going to get right into it. Groundbreaking record industry news. Sean P. Diddy Combs reassigns all of the publishing rights that he had accumulated from the artists that were signed to Bad Boys back to the artists. This is an unprecedented move because usually once you do any kind of publishing deal in the record industry, your publishing doesn't go back to you usually. The masters, under the copyright law, the reversion clause in the copyright law, after a certain amount of time, you're able to get your masters back. But your publishing, once you usually do a publishing deal, it's for life. So the fact that Puffy is basically giving all of the artists their publishing back. I don't know. I think as far as Mace, I think there was some money probably involved, but as far as all of the other artists, I don't really know. But yeah, basically, Biggie's publishing, because Biggie didn't own his publishing either. He did a deal with P. Diddy for the publishing. Mace, we understand and were fully aware of the situation that they had publicly. Faith Evans, she gonna get hers back, and the Locks. I believe the Locks had already got theirs back. So very important move. Like I say, I don't know what came over Diddy and what made him wanted to do that. But like I said, once again, back in the 90s, the early 90s, that was kind of like part of the game where when you signed a record deal or you signed on to any kind of label, usually the label wanted, a piece of your publishing for whatever reason, you know what I mean? Whether they paid you for it up front or whether it was a negotiation tactic to say, hey, we'll do this deal if you, give us a piece of your publishing as part of a kind of guarantee that we'll get our money back and so on and so forth. Whatever it was, a lot of artists were basically taking those kind of deals back in the day. I think now a lot of artists have been made aware how important their publishing is and kind of refrain from doing those kind of deals at this particular time. But on the flip side, the labels have found a way to navigate that to their advantage also, in which they were doing basically a lot of 360 deals. And so that, the artists wouldn't have to give up some of their publishing, but they would give up everything else. And I mean everything else. So that would be your merchandising, any kind of endorsements you got, you know what I mean? All of that the label would benefit from. But for Sean P. Diddy Combs and Bad Boy, like I said, when you think about the deals that have been done recently, you're talking about Justin Bieber, you're talking about who else? Jimmy Iovine, Dr. Dre, and a lot of other artists or publishers or producers who have done deals with these major investment firms, if you will, for their catalogs. And so, like I said, this is a big move, or should I say a big benefit for all of those artists, Faith, Biggie's estate, the Locks, Mace, Black Rob, and, like I said, they didn't really talk about all of the other artists under Bad Boys, like G-Dep and all of the other guys who were under Bad Boy, but not as big artists as like Mace and Faith and Biggie from that perspective. but hopefully that their families would have gotten their publishing back returned to them also. So yeah, it's funny. And then I think it's another good move. Kind of trying to puts sheds a light on Diddy's new album. You know what I mean? He just dropped a new album. So like I said, at the end of the day, when you talk about being, I would say fair, you know what I mean? In the sense, whether, like I said, I don't know whether if there was money exchange hands involving the return of these artists publishing. But at the end of the day, if it was, hopefully, they'll live long enough to be able to recoup the money that they had to, give Diddy, if any, and be able to do that. So that was one of the things that I liked about Tupac. Tupac had did a publishing deal. Tupac had a publishing deal with a Warner Tamberlane Publishing, right? And so when he got out of jail, that's what I was trying to tell most people. I was like, that's what paid Tupac's bail. Tupac's bail was leveraged against his publishing that he had owned. And so when it came to recouping the money that they had put up, that Warner Brothers and Interscope had put up to get Tupac out of jail, that was the money that they used to recoup the bail that they had put up at that particular time. And like I said, certain artists like Tupac, he didn't do a deal involving a situation when he was, should I say, masquerading as an artist under death row, but actually still being signed to Interscope. And so, like I said, yeah. And like I said, back a couple of years back, I had did a video in regards to Mace, because Mace, he wrote a lot of the verses and stuff for Puffy. You know what I mean? And so that the money that he was due was quite substantial. You know what I mean? Mace was doing a whole bunch of writing. He was on a whole lot of artist stuff, and it wasn't just his stuff that he was, that he had gave his publishing away. Because once you do that, you sign that piece of paper. That's based on everything you write, even on somebody else's project. So the song he did with Brandy and so on and so forth, all the other stuff that he did, Diddy was getting a piece of all of that. You know what I mean? And so, and a couple of years back, Mace had offered Diddy like $2 million for his publishing, but Puffy had turned it down. So I'm so happy that that they came to this consensus about doing business and giving the artists their publishing back. Like I said, once again, but business is business. I mean, I couldn't be mad at Diddy or anybody else when we talk about the music business. Like I said, you get one chance to make your best deal, if you will. And like I said, if you sign the contract, that's what you sign. You can't be mad later on down the line and saying, X, Y, and Z, because the business is about now taking that and trying to maneuver it into something else, as we see Mace and Cameron got their podcast and they doing their thing. So like I said, it's all about being a hustler and being able to capitalize off your current popularity and basically bridging that into other avenues, into other businesses and entrepreneurial endeavors, if you will. So yeah, like I said, chime in, tell me what you think. Tell me you think if that's a good thing, that they got their publishing back. Tell me if a deal is a deal. You think Puffy was crazy for giving their publishing back. What you guys think. For me personally, I think it was a great business move. I think it was a great promotional move. Kind of brings a little attention on Puffy's new album that he just dropped. And like I said, but overall, business is business. When you sign a contract, you got to be able to respect and uphold the contract that you sign. Like I said, your boy DELRAY, straight game.